does anyone get doing a cyber attack on Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it now? It's just sort of the thrill of having been done and having been disrupted.
Yeah, that's right, Greta. A lot of this too is just political statement in the days when Anonymous was out there. You had social activist groups and activist groups. They would deface websites, things that didn't really affect the actual operation of it, but it was to say, hey, look, we took this for a while, or we did this denial of service. So, it is without coincidence when you have attacks this large, right? So it is tied to something. It could be tied to Doge, it could be tied to the spending or funding for or against Ukraine. It could be out of Russia. It might be a couple of these other groups. One of the attributions is to a group called Dark Storm Team, which has pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian alignments along with Russia. And so there's a lot of things that it could be until we get more details out of Elon Musk and X.
Exists absenteeism in Iowa schools. Now, it includes mail notices, parent-teacher meetings, then adding what type of absences are considered excused. So that bill actually passing unanimously with a vote of 47-0 against it. The bill would allow military funerals or weddings to be included in excused absences. It also gives school districts more flexibility on what is or what isn't excused, something that didn't exist in the language passed last year. State Senator Sarah Trungari tried to add an amendment that would excuse college visits, but it was voted down with Republicans arguing it's included in this fix. Here, just how much of those mail notices that are now dropped from this bill are school districts.
I'm just going to say that this bill was horrible at its offset. At $10 a pop for certified mailing, talk about an unfunded mandate, it was huge.
In the 2023-2024 school year, nearly 22% of all students in public schools in Iowa were chronically absent. The Des Moines Public Schools reported in December that they saw 51 of their schools experience a decline in absenteeism, and 11 of those declined by at least 10%.
So the bill is working, but it's working so much so that these mail-in notices that secretaries for those school districts had to send out, it was taking so much man hours. It's been $10 a pop too. So an unfunded mandate that school districts were expecting that's dropped out of here, added more to what are excused absences, because the percentages around the state for chronic absenteeism has dropped down. It's more now just trying to focus in on that student group that is actually leading this change.
Yeah, it seemed like some examples of real overreach here. I know this did ruffle a lot of feathers among parents all around the state, but lawmakers working on cleaning that up now. Thank you, Zach.
To a few national headlines now. 5 people somehow escaped a fiery plane crash yesterday. Look at this video. The plane crash happened in Pennsylvania in the parking lot of a retirement home. Incredibly, officials say all 5 passengers made it out of the plane on their own. They're being treated at a local hospital. One reported that a door was open during the flight, but it's unclear how that might have contributed to the crash. The NTSB is investigating. And the pilot was able to walk away from this crash near the airport in Rochester, Minnesota. It happened around 10 o'clock last night. Deputies located the crash site on private property after a report from a witness.
Okay, Ed is back with us, and I swear the grass is starting to green up a little bit.
All of these golf courses open up. Yeah. I wonder when they're going to start watering those things. If they're watering, if their sprinkler system
I
is.
get worried about us getting too far ahead at this point.
Well, and as we said, this is kind of a folks kind of like, site intro to spring, about the third or fourth one we had. But it is windy today. That actually added a lot of heat to our area. This is down in the Ottumwa area. Brand new record for those folks. They made it back up into the 70s as well. Waterloo had a new record today. You can see just in that same location here, there, it's Centerville, a little bit farther south, but they had a new record as well. Beautiful. Athens Courthouse. Love that picture. 41 mile per hour wind gust, the highest so far in Des Moines, and that wind is going to start to die down. We have a clear sky up above. There aren't going to be some big storms moving in at the end of the work week, but we're going to relish this for a bit. Old record, 75, 2021, not that long ago. We'll have other records across the state and maybe a chance to get close to records again on Friday.
If you're at home right now and you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, we need to pay special attention to this next segment as we discuss neuropathy.
What is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and the legs primarily.
And what are the symptoms?
The major symptoms we see are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, problems with your balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable, and you can get some great results.
If you're experiencing burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or having balance issues, call today for your nerve damage screening. Your nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our innovative treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe there is nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 25 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Act now and call to schedule your nerve damage screening. First 25 callers receive this screening for free.
Tonight on WHO 13 News at 9 on Fox 17. For decades, one student-led organization at the University of Iowa has been raising tens of millions of dollars to help support Iowa kids with cancer. We'll show you the big difference the Dance Marathon fundraiser is making.
Record high temperatures today, a brief cool down, and then we're looking at a bigger storm system at the end of the week.
Happy Thanksgiving
Tuesday. Every Tuesday at Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at PapaMurphy's.com.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine the hidden gems you'll find. Sweet. Imagine all the dust you'll pick up. Imagine the memories you'll make. And some you'd like to forget.
Right now, pick your favorite 2025 Tacoma or Tundra with APR financing as low as 1.99%. Visit your local Toyota dealer and save bucks on trucks today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Papa Murphy's, mix and match 2 or more sides for just $6.99 each, like our 5 cheese bread or calzones, or a fresh salad. Add a medium cheese or pepperoni pizza or dessert. Fresh, easy, and so good. Just the way your meal should be with Papa Murphy's.
516 and another view from southeastern Iowa. This is the Fairfield area. Lots of blue sky there. I think the record is possibly there this afternoon. We'll take note of those as the National Weather Service passes them along. We do know that it's Tonawanda, Waterloo, and passed up those records. Same thing here in Des Moines. Back downtown to Des Moines, along the Des Moines River. This is where the Raccoon and the Des Moines meets the confluence. I'll guarantee you along Scott Street Bridge right now, there's probably somebody out there doing some fishing. You can see getting home traffic is maybe everybody sitting there with the windows open, taking a little extra time, drive around the block a bit. You got to get outside and enjoy this kind of stuff this time of the year. 78, the new record right now. And as I said, it could go up to 79. We'll be watching that between the 5 and the 6 o'clock hour. West wind at 30, though, gusting up to about 38 miles per hour. The highest wind gust I saw earlier showed you 41 miles per hour. There's much cooler air to the north of us, and this big area kind of wedged out here over Iowa, southern Minnesota to northern Iowa, still has snow on the ground, and still, again, giving them a little bit cooler air. That snow is melting away very quickly. It's also helping them out a little bit, keeping them out of the red flag warning because they do have more moisture here, especially after that extra snow we had last week. Here's where we're watching, though, for those gusty winds, and again, very dry conditions across the area. We're still going to keep that red flag warning in place for Des Moines. Back up to around Marshalltown, down to Sheridan, Preston, Ottumwa, Lamoni. No burning right now. This is where we're going to see some very dry conditions, and we really don't have another great chance for rain until we get into the end of the work week. So for now, just keep the burning up or down low. We do not need to see anything taken off. You don't want to make the news, right? Clear skies for the satellite radar. We are going to see clear conditions tonight. High pressure is going to come back into our area along with a cold front that's going to take over tomorrow. Now, don't get too scared about this cold front. We'll have, again, high pressure back up to the north. That's going to drop our temperatures to the 50s tomorrow. So we're not going to be quite so lucky or graced with these warm temperatures for now. It is going to be the warmest we're going to find until Friday. Expected wind gusts will die down. It's really going to be a very pleasant start to Tuesday. By Tuesday, early in the morning, we will see a 20-mile-per-hour wind gust, nothing like today. It is going to make it feel just a little bit cooler. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing happened. Just storm paths speeding along and just high-level clouds along the clock moving out. We get to the end of the work week, that's a whole other little kettle of fish here. We are going to see Friday a bomb cyclone moving in. I know there's been a lot of hype on this on social media. We are looking for stronger thunderstorms possibly by Friday in the evening and into eastern Iowa. It will circle around this colder air, and there is a potential for some stronger storms, but there is going to be some snow that will linger behind this. It is going to move back up to the north and the east. I really don't feel like we're going to see a huge amount of threat for severe weather right now. The Storm Prediction Center has this pretty much on the low side. We are not going to see, I think, a big deal. We'll hear more about that tonight at 6 and 10. There's a lot to do with not as much moisture.
Hello, everybody. Going on 10 minutes, still going.
Tomorrow we're going to be back up to a high of 58, still very pleasant. As I said, 78 is pretty awesome this time of the year. And we have more 70s on the way. By Friday, 76 degrees. That's where those storms are also going to work in. With that little moisture over central Iowa, they will pick up more in the eastern portions of the state. That's where we're going to focus on those bigger storms. The weekend does cool off. Rain snow mix in northern Iowa Saturday morning. And Sunday, at the average 45. But we're back to 60 on Monday.
Loving these great Mondays.
I know.
Yeah.
They help.
Doesn't it? Yeah. It feels like we're getting just this beautiful stuff and then a little bit of a reminder. Mother Nature might just be messing with us.
That's how it goes here in Iowa.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Ed. Next, Boise State action took off today at the well with both high schools from Waukee looking to advance. We'll have all the highlights live when the news at 5 returns.
Step into a world of thoughtful consideration. Engines are fired up. Everything you need is within reach. We even put on your favorite song. This is your invitation to step into Lexus. Get offers on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event. Todd takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Todd. I'm a veteran of 23 years. I served 3 overseas tours. I love to give back to the community. I saw a Prevagen commercial and I did some research on it. I started taking Prevagen about 3 years ago. I've told my coworkers and family since taking Prevagen how much of a difference it's made in my life. I feel really good.
Prevagen for your brain.
Big bows and mixed metals. On the next Hello Iowa, what's trending this year in thrifted decor? Also, how high achievers can find a wellness balance and avoid burnout. Tomorrow at 11.
The most important day in the life of your home comfort system is the day it's installed. The most important decision is who.
Call 515 Comfort. We fix it right on the screen. Service legends.
Life doesn't come with an owner's manual. Freedom is getting to write your own. So get 10% off at Jeep Wrangler. Or get into a Jeep Grand Cherokee, where freedom is on road or off. Where it's a front row seat to the city, or a second row seat, maybe even a third. Life doesn't come with an owner's manual. So get out there and write your own.
Right now, during the Jeep Celebration event, well-qualified current FCA listees can lease the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe for $379 a month. See your Iowa Jeep Grand dealer today.
Play America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
Feel the future. We always what we want to do next. Tonight, right after WHO 13 News at 6.
If you've been thinking about replacing your older furnace and AC, I'm offering a $2,800 trade-in on specific systems for the Service Legends Training Lab. To see if yours qualifies,
call 515 Comfort.
The Boise State tournament got underway at Wells Fargo Arena today, and the city of Waukee very well represented.
We figured it might be. WHO 13's John Sears joins us now live. He's got a recap of today's action. Sounds like plenty of Waukee to expect, John.
Yeah, another good representation for Central Iowa here at the Boise State basketball tournament. 4 local teams playing, and it started out the day with both the Waukee schools, Northwest and Waukee. Let's start with regular Waukee, the 7th seed, the Warriors, taking on the 2 seed Linn-Mar, trying to upset the Lions. 12th appearance at state for Waukee. First quarter, Jay White strung drive for 2. Move to the second quarter, Evan Jacobson steps out. Big man buries the 3. Warriors down just 1 at the half. Third quarter, more from Jacobson. He had himself a game this afternoon, another 3. He scores 27.
And then the defense ramps it up. Maverick Inman. Steal from behind, and Inman is going all the way for two. But it's not going to be enough. The Warriors shoot just 37%. Missed 9 free throws in the game. Lindmar wins this one 69-60 over the Warriors. Let's head to Waukee Northwest. 4-seed Wolves taking on the 5-seed Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Northwest making his 3rd trip to state in just 4 years. First quarter, Landon Davis spinning and dunking down low. 14-8 Wolves after 1. Second quarter, here comes the outside shooting. Bodie Goodman, 3 from the wing. He scores 11. The lead's up to 11. More from deep, Colin Rice. Same spot, same result. Rice scores 26. The Wolves hit 11 threes. More from deep. This time, Peyton McCullum. Name sound familiar? Peyton is the son of Drake head coach Ben McCullum. He hits the 3, scores 14. What a game for McCullum.
It's nice when you let it play well, but there's always going to be critiques, and I think I've gotten used to that, and I like it because I come home and I'm like, okay, I need to do this better, I need to do this better. And, it's nice, like, knowing so much about basketball because my dad is always talking about this stuff, so it's been really nice.
Northwest advances to take on top seed Cedar Falls in the second round. Right now, Valley up by 4 on 8 with 2 minutes left. Stay with us. One last look at the forecast when we return.
Chris Cuomo, Tucker Carlson. The conversation continues. You're going to have people say, why are you talking like that? And I love answering the question. Don't miss a special edition of Cuomo. Tonight, 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation.
You shop, you score. It's March Mania at Honda of Altoona. With our huge Honda selection, finding the new car you want is a slam dunk. Right now, score new Hondas for as low as 0% APR financing with no payments for 90 days. And check out the Honda All-Stars lineup. New 2025 Accord, Civic, or HRV, just $349 with 0 down. Beat the buzzer and get to Honda of Altoona in Prairie Crossing, across from the Bass Pro Shop.
We all have a friend who loves the McDonald's hot and crispy Filet-O-Fish. My friend, you could be that friend.
Hurry in and get 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $6.
Is your bathroom stuck in the past with old, outdated tile? Or maybe you're working on some projects and that bathroom is next on the list. Either way, West Shore Home has you covered. Everybody is joined by DJ, owner of West Shore Home, to talk about their process and how you can save big with their buy one, get one sale. DJ.
Thanks, Joe. For years, we've been the go-to option for homeowners looking to update their bathroom. People love the simplicity of our process. So if you give us a call right now, we can have somebody out as soon as tomorrow for a really fun and interactive design consultation.
And with this buy one, get one sale, people aren't designing one bath, they're designing 2.
That's right. For a very limited time, anybody that gets our full bath remodel package will get a tub or shower and another bathroom absolutely free.
That is an incredible opportunity. Now, can we see what some of those full bathroom remodels look like? And can you tell us how the buy one, get one plays in?
Here's one of our full bathroom remodels. Everything from the vanity to the flooring and even those marble look walls ties in perfectly with the rest of the bath space. With our buy one, get one sale, you can get a project like this and get a shower like this for the guest bath absolutely free.
And that's just a small sample of what West Shore Home has on. DJ, thank you so much. Folks, buy one, get one is here. Buy a full bathroom remodel and get another tub or shower for free. If you only have one bathroom in your home, or you just want to do the shower space, West Shore Home has you covered with extra savings. Call the number on your screen or visit westshorebath.com to get your project started with West Shore Home.
Join us at the Piper Air Climb on March 30th.
Climb the stairs of downtown Des Moines' tallest buildings for a total of 79 floors to support clean air and healthy lungs.
Presented by the Iowa Clinic. Register it at climbdesmoines.org.
A record high temperature today, 78 degrees. Amazing out there. Right now, the wind is still a bit of an issue. We're going to keep that red flag warning in place until tonight at 8 o'clock. But tomorrow, we're going to cool off one day, go right back up into the 70s on Friday. That will give us a chance for some stronger storms it gets real by the weekend and back to where we should be, but Monday's still giving us some hope that we'll be back out on the golf courses or the tennis courts or on the bike trails, whatever. It's nice out.
It's like a graphic equalizer from the 80s.
Yeah, a little bit.
Good sound in the spring.
That's right.
We are loving it. You can practically hear the grass growing. Thanks for being with us here at 5. NBC Nightly News is next, and then we'll see you back here at 6.
This year, Bell Brothers is celebrating 70 years in business. To show our appreciation for your support, we're offering an incredible deal. Get a brand new heating and cooling system for as low as $7,700. This limited time offer is your chance to enjoy year-round comfort from the experts who take service personally. Give us a call today or schedule online at bellbrothers.com.
We're ringing the bell, and we pass you covered. Plumbing, heating, and cooling on Bell Brothers.
Tonight, the worst day for stocks this year as President Trump won't rule out the possibility of a recession. The major indices all way down. The worst day for the NASDAQ since 2022. Tech stocks hit hard, especially Tesla. All as the hits keep coming on the trade war with Canada. The incoming prime minister squaring off with the president. China hitting back on agriculture products. The impact on farmers as they look with concern on their fields. Plus the legal left turn for the Menendez brothers. The district attorney in the case now opposing resentencing, accusing them of lying. And what he said would get him to change his mind in our one-on-one interview. Plus Laura Jarrett and what's next in the case. The spring break search, a missing American college student last seen on a beach. Her parents speaking out. The mounting questions tonight. Caught on video, the winter tornadoes hitting North Florida. The whistleblower speaking out, accusing Facebook of compromising ethics to achieve growth at all costs to expand to China. Meta trying to block her book, What She's Telling Our Stephanie Goss. And the good news, as the push to hire more pilots takes off, one of the youngest sets her sights on the wild blue yonder. This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. Good evening and welcome. President Trump is calling it a period of transition. Many investors perhaps seeing something more concerning as U.S. markets extended their post-election losses today. The week started with another major sell-off. The Dow losing nearly 900 points, shedding 2% of its value. The NASDAQ tumbling 4 stages in 2022. The S&P 500 suffering its worst day drop since December. The market tumbled, getting shoved by the uncertainty and impact of Trump tariffs and the trade war they've triggered. But it's what the president didn't say when asked about the risk of a recession that is fueling much of the anxiety we're seeing tonight, along with worries over the pace of economic growth. It's where we start tonight with NBC's Brian Chung. Brian, walk us through it.
It was the worst day for stocks this year. It's been a roller coaster ride with the S&P 500 losing over 7% since President Trump's first full day in office. The sell-off accelerated as the White House escalated its trade war with Canada, Mexico, and China over recent weeks, underscoring investors' concern about tariffs dragging down the U.S. economy. The brutal day on Wall Street not aided by the president's remarks over the weekend, in which he declined to rule out a recession as a possible side effect of his tariff negotiations. Although it's worth pointing out that the U.S. economy is not showing signs of a recession at the moment, with unemployment still near multi-decade lows. Lester?
Brian, thanks. The trade war stoking some of these worries in the market entered new territory today with fresh tariffs from Canada and China targeting the U.S. Kelly O'Donnell now with that story.
Tariff turmoil, the president's trade war, turning volatile markets and provoking countermeasures from adversaries and friends, including Canada's next Prime Minister, Mark Carney.
My government will keep our tariffs on until the Americans show us respect.
But uncertainty renews anxiety. President Trump did not appear on camera today. That's rare. But he did weigh in on the risks of recession, notably not ruling it out in a Fox News interview that aired Sunday.
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big.
More from Canada. The province of Ontario hiking energy costs with a 25% tax on electricity exported to more than 1.5 million American homes and businesses.
If the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely.
A new economic punch from China, imposing 15% tariffs hitting the heartland. Chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton, and 10% on pork, beef, produce, dairy, and soybeans. Farmer Josh Gackle sells soybeans from his North Dakota farm, part of $13 billion in U.S. soybean exports to China.
It would be difficult for U.S. farmers to try and get through some type of long-term trade war that affects our bottom line.
President Trump says he will impose more tariffs starting Wednesday with 25% on steel and aluminum imports. Much of that supply comes from Canada. Lester?
Kelly O'Donnell, thank you. There's breaking news in the Menendez brothers case. The LA District Attorney withdrawing the previous DA's recommendation that the brothers be released. The new DA accusing them of lying. Our Liz Kreutz interviewed him about the case.
The district attorney.
Tonight, the Los Angeles district attorney delivering yet another obstacle to the Menendez brothers in their fight for freedom after 30 years behind bars.
They do not meet the standards for resentencing. They do not meet the standards for rehabilitation. They pose an unreasonable risk of danger to the community, and the resentencing should not, therefore, be granted.
DA Nathan Hochman withdrawing his predecessor's recommendation that Eric and Lyle be resentenced, but saying the court process should continue as planned and be left up to a judge.
Our position is that they shouldn't get out of jail.
The brothers, who are currently serving life without parole for the 1989 murders of their parents, Jose and Kitty, argued they acted in self-defense after years of abuse at the hands of their father. But in a scathing 15-minute rebuke and 87-page filing, the DA cast doubt on those claims, saying the brothers have repeatedly lied and changed their story, and that they originally said they acted out of self-defense because they feared their parents were going to kill them.
Do you believe sexual abuse is a factor in them killing their parents?
I believe that they believe that sexual abuse occurred. As their own attorney acknowledged, sexual abuse does not justify killing the abuser.
Tonight, outraged Menendez family members who support the brothers ripping into the DA, saying in a statement he has blinders on to the fact that Eric and Lyle were repeatedly abused, feared for their lives, and have atoned for their actions. The DA saying he could change his recommendation if the brothers take full responsibility.
If they go ahead and sincerely and unequivocally, for the first time in 30 years, lay out that they have now lied on their entire defense and finally admit that they killed their parents in cold blood, then that will be a new insight that the court should then consider.
They showed remarkable rehabilitation.
The brothers' attorney saying despite the DA's position, they're hopeful the judge will be on their side.
Do you still believe that Eric and Lyle will get out of prison?
Do I? Yes, absolutely. The law's going to be followed, and the law's followed, they should be out.
Liz, what would make the DA change his mind in this case?
Well, Lester says whether it's in a written declaration, a video message, or at an upcoming court hearing, he wants the brothers to publicly apologize, not just for the murders, but for what he says are a litany of lies that they told us they tried to cover up the crimes. But their family, they said that they have apologized and that they've been rehabilitated, helping countless lives while in prison. Lester.
All right, into Laura, all the twists and turns. Where does this case go from here?
Well, really, the ball is now with the judge, Lester, to decide whether to go forward with this resentencing as scheduled for later this month. It's not at all clear that he can now that the DA is backing away from this resentencing motion. The real upshot I hear is really it's going to put more pressure on Gavin Newsom, the governor there. He anytime he wants he's evaluating next steps.
Okay, Laura, thank you very much. Now to the desperate search for a missing U.S. college student who disappeared Thursday during a spring break trip in the Dominican Republic. Jesse Kirsch has the latest from on the ground in Bogotá.
By air, water, and land, tonight authorities are scrambling to find Sadiq Shakunagi, a 20-year-old U.S. college student who vanished from the Dominican Republic beach more than 4 days ago.
So we got around Wednesday night, that is March 5th night.
Today, her father speaking to local media in Punta Cana, distraught yet grateful for what authorities are doing.
They're really helping us to find our daughter. So far, they have helped us to find in the water, but but it's been 3 days. They couldn't find her in the water.
The University of Pittsburgh Junior was spending spring break here at a Rio resort in Punta Cana when she went missing early Thursday morning. Police say surveillance video showed Kunaki and her friends going to the beach area. Eventually, Kunaki's friends came back to the hotel. Around 4:15 a.m., police believe Kunaki disappeared. Investigators revealing they've interviewed a young man who was also at the beach around that time. But officials say it's not clear if foul play was involved. In a statement, Rio Hotel says it's deeply concerned about the disappearance of one of our guests and is working closely with the local authorities, including the police and the Navy, to conduct a thorough search.
She went to the beach with several people, okay, and she did not come back, and that's a problem.
And Jesse, you're outside that resort complex. What more are you hearing?
Yeah, so local media reporting that Kunaki's clothing was found on the beach where there were no visible signs of violence spotted. Meanwhile, the sheriff where she's from back in Virginia says today her friends were still being held in the Dominican Republic for further interviews. Lester.
All right, Jesse, Chris, thank you. We turn out to Florida, and major damage from a strong EF2 tornado that ripped through homes, vehicles, and trees near Lake Mary. This was the scene from the road as it swept through today. We also got this view of the destruction from above. Thankfully, the system is moving offshore now. Elon Musk tonight claiming savings to taxpayers from the layoffs in the federal government workforce, but in Alabama, NBC's Dave Gutierrez speaking to former FEMA employees who say the cuts have gone too far.
Just days after President Trump placed new limits on Elon Musk's downsizing of the federal bureaucracy, placing cabinet secretaries in charge of layoffs, Musk tonight touting cooperation.
What we do is an consultation with the cabinet secretaries and with the departments.
Did you ever think this would happen?
No.
Air Force veteran and mother of two, Amy Renault, had been working at FEMA's Center for Disaster Preparedness here in Anniston, Alabama. She helped train first responders until she was laid off on President's Day.
I thought, well, they're going to take a scalpel to dry waste and abuse, not just hack off the entire limb.
Since Inauguration Day, more than 200 FEMA employees have been cut, just 1% of the 20,000 employees in the FEMA workforce. A government watchdog report in 2022 found the agency was understaffed by 35%. Also among FEMA's layoffs, Marine Corps veteran, father of three, Sean Whitlow.
I'm sure there are some things that do need to be cut down and removed, but does everything need to be?
Under fire for its response to Hurricane Helene last year, FEMA drew backlash from President Trump.
And FEMA's turned out to be a disaster. I think we're going to recommend that FEMA go away and we pay directly, we pay a percentage to the state.
For the president.
Oh, Lou. To families and individuals across America in small towns, counties, and states that voted for you, and realize that you're not draining the swamp, you are just hurting your everyday blue-collar and white-collar workers that were trying to be public servants and help you make America great again.
Also today, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that 83% of all foreign aid programs under USAID will be canceled. Lester.
Gabe Gutierrez, thank you. In 60 seconds, protests erupting after ICE arrested a Palestinian activist, as President Trump says he won't be the last. And explosions off the coast of England when this tanker and a cargo ship crashed into each other.
When my doctor gave me Breasttree for my COPD, I noticed things changed. Breasttree gave me better breathing in 5 minutes. It also
Louis.
Tell your doctor if you have a condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttree more than prescribed. Breasttree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth and tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
ask your doctor about Breasttree.
My hair was thinning all around my hairline.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol. It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
I hear it.
Nutrafol is patients who have sensitive teeth but also want whiter teeth, they have to make a choice, one versus the other. Sensodyne Clinical White provides 2 shades whiter teeth as well as providing 24/7 sensitivity protection.
Immigration agents suspect protests. The former Columbia University student is a green card holder involved in demonstrations.
All right, Louis. All right. Bye, guys.